In the world of automotive, there's a constant debate that has divided car enthusiasts for decades, manual or automatic. The question is as old as the hills, yet the answer is not as straightforward as you might think. On one hand, we have manual transmissions offering the driver greater control and a more direct connection with the car. On the other, automatic transmissions promise simplicity and a smoother ride, especially in stop-and-go traffic. Both have their pros and cons, their fans and critics, but which one truly reigns supreme? Is it the hands-on, mechanical nature of manual cars that triumphs? Or does the ease and convenience of automatics take the crown? In this video, we'll dive deep into the intricacies of both manual and automatic transmissions, exploring their functionalities, advantages, disadvantages, and their impact on the overall driving experience. Stay tuned as we delve into the heart of this age-old debate. Manual transmission, often hailed as the purest choice. But what makes it so special? Let's start with the basics. A manual transmission, also known as a stick shift, is a type of transmission that uses a driver-operated clutch, usually engaged and disengaged by a foot pedal or hand lever, to regulate torque transfer from the engine to the transmission. In simpler terms, it's all about the relationship between the engine, the gears, and the wheels. When you press the clutch pedal, it disconnects the engine from the wheels, allowing you to change gears. Release the clutch and the engine and wheels are once again engaged, but now in a different gear, altering your speed and power. This intricate dance between clutch and gear shift gives drivers a greater sense of control and connection with their vehicle. It's a bit like having a conversation with your car, where you're in charge of telling it exactly how much power it needs and when. Additionally, manual transmissions tend to fare better in terms of fuel efficiency, as they allow the driver to control the engine's workload more precisely. But it's not all smooth sailing, or should we say smooth shifting. Manual transmissions come with a steeper learning curve. For the uninitiated, mastering the art of clutch control and gear shifting can feel like trying to pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time. Then there's the issue of convenience, or lack thereof. In heavy traffic, constantly working the clutch can become tiresome. And let's not forget the dreaded hill start. Without the right timing, you might find yourself rolling backwards instead of moving forwards. In the end, the appeal of manual transmission often boils down to personal preference. For some, the extra control and engagement it offers makes driving more enjoyable. For others, the added complexity just doesn't seem worth the hassle. Now that we've got to grips with manual transmission, let's shift our attention to its counterpart. Enter the world of automatic transmission, where convenience meets modernity. This system offers a distinct driving experience, one that's less hands-on but equally engaging. It's like the butler of the automotive world, taking care of gear shifting while you focus on steering and acceleration. At the heart of an automatic transmission lies the torque converter, a fluid coupling that replaces the clutch found in manual cars. This ingenious device transfers power from the engine to the transmission, allowing for seamless gear changes. The absence of a clutch pedal simplifies the driving process, making automatics a popular choice among urban commuters and those who prefer a smoother ride. But how does it work? Well, imagine a ballet dancer spinning effortlessly across the stage. That's essentially what's happening inside your car. The torque converter spins in harmony with the engine, transferring power smoothly and efficiently to the wheels. It's a symphony of motion that happens every time you hit the gas pedal. Now, let's talk pros and cons. On the plus side, automatics are easy to use, especially in stop-and-go traffic. There's no need to constantly work the clutch and shift gears, which can be a godsend during those frustrating rush-hour commutes. They also offer a more relaxed driving experience, letting you focus more on the road and less on what your left foot is doing. On the downside, automatics tend to be less fuel efficient than their manual counterparts. That's because the torque converter, while impressive, isn't as efficient at transferring power as a direct mechanical link. Plus, you have less control over gear selection, which some driving enthusiasts might find disappointing. But remember, no transmission type is inherently better. It all boils down to personal preference and the specific driving conditions you encounter. Some people thrive on the engagement and control offered by a manual, while others appreciate the convenience and ease of an automatic. With both the contenders introduced, it's time for the ultimate showdown. Acceleration, speed, handling. How do manual and automatic transmissions fare when put to the test? Let's start with acceleration and speed. Manual transmissions have traditionally been the go-to for speed enthusiasts. The ability to choose the perfect gear for any situation gives drivers the edge when it comes to acceleration. But don't count automatics out just yet. With advancements in technology, automatic cars can now match and sometimes even surpass the acceleration times of their manual counterparts. The secret lies in their ability to make split-second gear changes, faster than even the most experienced manual drivers. And what about top speed? Well, it's a similar story. Manual cars, with their direct connection between the engine and the wheels, have the potential to reach higher top speeds. However, modern automatics are closing the gap. Their advanced gearboxes can keep the engine in its optimal power band for longer, allowing them to keep up with and even overtake manual cars in the race for top speed. Now let's talk handling and control. This is where manual cars really shine. The direct connection between driver and machine that a manual gearbox provides allows for precise control over the vehicle's speed and power. This can make a huge difference when navigating tight corners or performing tricky maneuvers. Automatic cars, on the other hand, offer smoother transitions between gears, which can make for a more comfortable and less stressful driving experience, especially in stop-and-go traffic. But it's not just about comfort. The ease of use of automatics can also translate into better control for inexperienced drivers, reducing the risk of stalling or missed shifts. So, in terms of performance, it's not as clear-cut as you might think. Manual cars offer precision and potentially higher top speeds, while automatics provide ease of use, smoothness, and increasingly competitive acceleration times. Performance is key, but there's more to the story. Let's turn to real-world considerations. Maintenance, reliability, and cost, factors that can make or break a decision. Let's dive deep into these real-world considerations for both manual and automatic transmissions. In terms of maintenance, manual transmissions tend to be simpler and cheaper to repair. They have fewer components that can fail, making them more robust in the long run. However, the clutch, a key component in manual cars, can wear out over time, especially in heavy traffic conditions which require frequent shifting. On the other hand, automatic transmissions are more complex and can be more expensive to repair or replace, but they might require less frequent maintenance as they lack a clutch that can wear out. However, they do have their own set of components like the torque converter that can potentially cause issues. Reliability can be a tricky subject. Some might argue that the simplicity of manual transmissions leads to greater reliability. Yet with advancements in technology, the reliability gap between manual and automatic transmissions is narrowing. It's essential to note that reliability also heavily depends on the driving habits and the maintenance regime of the car owner. Now let's chat about cost. Initially, manual cars tend to be cheaper than their automatic counterparts. However, in the long run, this cost difference might even out. Manual transmissions can provide better fuel efficiency, which can result in savings over time. But automatic transmissions are catching up in this aspect too, thanks to technological advancements. The cost of repairs can also play a significant role. As mentioned, repairing a manual transmission is usually cheaper than an automatic one. However, if you're not a fan of frequent clutch replacements, an automatic might be the better choice. Resale value is another important factor. It generally depends on the demand in the used car market. In some regions, manual cars might hold their value better, while in others, automatics could be the preferred choice. Both transmissions have their merits and drawbacks, but ultimately the choice boils down to personal preference. We've revved the engines, shifted the gears, and now it's time to park this debate. We've journeyed through the intricacies of manual and automatic transmissions, highlighting their unique perks and pitfalls. From the greater control offered by manual gears to the ease of use found in automatics, each has its own appeal. We've put them to the test, comparing their acceleration, speed, and handling abilities. We've also delved into real-world considerations, examining maintenance requirements, reliability factors, and cost implications. Now it's over to you. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Have you felt the thrill of shifting gears manually? Or do you prefer the smooth sailing of an automatic? Do you prioritize fuel efficiency or value the convenience of not having to play footsie with the clutch? Remember, there's no right or wrong choice here. It's all about what suits your driving style and needs. So, what's your pick, manual or automatic?